Hello everyone, welcome to lecture 14 of the ISC2 Certified in Cybersecurity Examination Preparation Series. This lecture covers IP addresses and ports. Our agenda for this lecture will be overview of IP addresses, port numbers and MAC addresses, detailed discussion of each component, real-world applications and examples. Introduction to MAC addresses. MAC is a unique identifier on the network card. The characteristics can be spoofed for various reasons. Types: EUI MAC48. It is a 48-bit address, where the first 24 bits consists of the manufacturer identifier and the last 24 bits consists of unique identifier for the host. EUI64. It is also 64-bit address. First 24 bits manufacturer identifier, 40 bits unique identifier for the host. MAC address details. Usage. Both 48-bit and 64-bit MAC addresses are used today in both IPv4 and IPv6. IPv6 modification. For the 48-bit MACs, IPv6 modifies them into 64-bit by adding FF to the device identifier. Introduction to IP addresses. History. First, IP addresses was deployed in ARPANET in 1983, the precursor to the Internet. Developed in the 1970s by DARPA. Functionality. It is a connectionless protocol for packet-switched networks. It operates on a best effort delivery model. IPv4 characteristics. Approximately 4.2 billion IP addresses with around 4 billion user loop. Most internet traffic today route via IPv4. IPv6 transition. IPv4 addresses are depleted. Transition to IPv6 is ongoing. IPv6 provides a vastly larger address space. IPv6 details. IPv6 space 340 undecillion addresses. It allows for extensive device connectivity. Features. It has a built-in IPsec for security. It's simplified address representation using double colon for consecutive zeros. IP addresses and ports. Functionality. IP addresses identify devices on a network similar to building addresses. Port numbers specify services or applications on a devices like apartment numbers. Common ports. Well-known ports are 0 to 1023. They are used for standard protocols. Registered ports 1024 to 49151. It is used for vendor-specific applications. Dynamic or private ports range from 49,152 to 65,535. They are used by anyone for anything. Common ports and protocols. There are some lists of common ports. Port 20 is for FTP data transfer. Port 21 TCP used for FTP control. Port 22 TCP used for secure shell. 23 used for telnet. 25 for SMTP. 80 for HTTP. 110 for POP3. 137 UDP for NetBIOS name service. 138 TCP/UDP for NetBIOS datagram service. 143 for IMAP. 1443 for HTTPS. 3389 for RDP. IPv4 address structure. IPv4 it consists of 4 octets or dotted decimal notation. It represents a 32-bit integer binary. Readability. IPv4 is easier to read and remember than binary strings. It is translated via DNS for user-friendly domain names. Public versus private IP addresses. Public IP addresses. Internet routable addresses for communication between the hosts. Private IP addresses. RFC1918. It is non-routable on the internet used with private network. Special IPv4 address ranges. Here are some special IPv4 address ranges examples. IPv6 address structure. 128-bit addresses is used in hexadecimal notation. It composed of 8 groups of 4 hexadecimals. Here is an example. IPv6 features. Advantages of IPv6. It has a massive address page, built-in security with IPsec. It is efficient routing and simplified network configuration. Conclusion. We discussed of MAC addresses, IP addresses and port numbers. We discussed importance of each in network communication. We can take away the fact understanding these components is crucial for network management and security. This is the end of lecture 14. Thank you and have a nice day.